What's up, you guys? It's Cynthia. So today I'm doing a video. It is right now Saturday night at about 8:20, and I have not filmed a video this week. On Thursday I had a photo shoot for Yearbook. On Friday I was busy all day. Today I would have filmed it this afternoon, but I had another photo shoot for Yearbook. So I've been busy since the last couple days. This video, I actually have been debating whether or not I want to do it. But I bite the bullet and I'm going to do it. But this video is actually kind of different than most of my other videos. And it's going to be happening more often. And if you don't want to watch it, click off this video. I don't care. This is something I've been wanting to do. And if you don't want to watch it, power to you. You can X out of this video. I don't care. But if you want to stay, stay. So if you guys don't know, I am very religious. I'm very involved in my youth group, and you see in most videos I wear my shirts a lot, because you can see the tops and bottoms of them. But every week on Thursday night, after it's Thursday night at about 10 o'clock, is when I usually do it, I have just me and God time, and I have my app on my phone called, well, everybody knows about the Bibles, so I have an app on my phone. Let me turn down my brightness. But on my phone, I have two Bible apps, and I use this one right here, reads it to me, and if I don't want to read it out loud and I want to hear an entire chapter, I read it there. But the other one, if I open this up, looks like this. I have it color-coded, so I have a black background. This is personalized to me, but I have each color means something. So you see this verse right here, which is the verse I'm going to talk about in a little bit, is highlighted blue, which blue means want to read verses. And then I have a dark blue, which is called already read. I have an orange one that I find at youth group that I really like. I have verses that I send to my friends a lot. If I find a really good verse, I'll send it to one of my friends. Be like, here's a really good verse. And then I have two other highlight colors that are just darker colors, so if I found another verse I like, I'll put them in that color. But we're going to talk about today some of the verses I have been absolutely loving, and I'm just going to be calling this, I don't know what I'm going to call this. I'm going to come up with a really good name, so I hope you guys enjoy this video, and yeah, and let's hop in. So first off, I'm actually start off with a verse I actually have been really loving. And let me find it. Moment. And I'm going to put these up on the screen for you guys. So, and if you want to, and you're not a Christian, I would highly recommend it. First off, I'm going to tell you guys actually a little bit about my story. I've been going to church since I've been little, and I've just been doing it, and a couple years ago, when I was in middle school, this is a very touchy subject for me. I got really involved in first year. My youth group I'm in now was with my two best friends. I will not tell their names because I don't want to shout them out here because it's kind of a touchy subject. But I was close with those two, and we're still kind of close. We'll see each other in the hallways and say hi to each other, but we're not as close as we want to. And we were the Three Musketeers when we were in the group below us. And 7th grade year, we didn't really do much. We just came to youth group, and then there was fun event activities. 8th grade year, we got a different youth leader, and we were in transition to get a new youth leader, and we just had somebody's parent, some of the other youth leaders together to do it, and I really, really was a big part of it. That's where it really started, was 8th grade year, and my one friend, they kind of fizzled off, and I really wish they couldn't, but one of them I've known a long, long time, and I barely talked to. We had band. The only reason we were really close is because we all had band together. And then 8th grade year, one of my one other friend that was the Three Musketeers with us, she stopped being in band, so we weren't as close to her, and I was really close with this girl, the other girl. And I'm sorry if this is confusing, I don't want to use their names. But I was really close with her, and then she said, no, I don't want to do youth group, or I just don't want to be with, follow him and stuff. So I said, okay. Ninth grade year, freshman year, her and I, that was the only class we had, just the two of us. And then, if you didn't know, I used to be in band. And then, end of freshman year, I said to the band director, I'm sorry, you're losing me and one of my best guy friends. I was like, you're losing both of us. I'm gonna go do yearbook and art because those are my two favorite things. I'm like, goodbye. And I stopped, and all of sophomore year, I barely saw her. Like, barely. This year, my junior year, I had seen her. I'd like see her in the hallway every once in a while. And then one day, it was a couple weeks before we had a youth Sunday, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, she's here, and she brought somebody, and her parents and my parents are like really close friends, and she's like, yeah, we made her come because her friend came. I was like, what? Like, what? And then she came at Easter, and one of my other close friends that I've known, literally this one girl, another girl, and I've known each other since like birth. We were the three girls, and I've been close with all of them. And I saw my friend that she doesn't come to our school, but we've all known her for forever. Go, oh my goodness! She goes, whoa! And she goes, where is she? My one other friend, and we found each other, and we were just talking and stuff. And like, she's like, she's like, I've been coming back to church and stuff, and I'm really happy to have my other friend, but my one, I'm just gonna use the letter K. She's been like absolutely willing, and I talk to her now a lot more than I used to, and it's really awesome. So if this is a long video, I'm sorry. If it's not, but anyway, let's continue with my story. 8th grade year, I continued in youth group, and I really got into it. And then freshman year, before freshman year started, I had a chance to go to a camp with all the high school. Had so much fun, and realized that I really wanted to accept him really, and just like be fully in love with God, and actually participate a lot more. And a lot of my youth group leaders say that's when I really blossomed, and that's pretty much, I think so too. Freshman year, I went full force, and then last year, my sophomore year, I think sophomore year, I was kind of going through the motions, like everybody says you should read your Bible a lot more. I didn't. It was just there for me. Like, I'd read it, and I'd be like, oh, okay. And then, in 2015, towards the end, I decided, as a New Year's resolution, that I was gonna start reading it more. So I did, and I have been, found somebody that really wanted a spiritual guidance, and I was gonna be that person. So, as a New Year's resolution, I started sending her verses and kind of doing that too. And every week I would send her verses for the week, and I'd send her two. And I'm going to talk about these in a little bit. But like, since I've started doing this, I've had so much more happiness. And right now she's going through some tough times, and I haven't really talked to her in a couple weeks. And I just send her random verses every once in a while now. But like the first week, I remember the first week, I would just send them to her, and she just, every time she'd see me in the hallway or she'd talk to me, she'd go, I love those verses, you did so well. And I'm going to talk about those now. And I'm going to have the verses in, like, if you see in my favorites videos, I do them like that. That's going to be how it looks. But first off, I'm going to be talking about a verse that I am absolutely loving right now that I found a couple weeks ago, and like, if you don't know, I have verses around my room in Post-it notes. I have one right here, just off camera. It's right there. But I have a couple of those, and I just put this one up last week and I absolutely love it. This is Ecclesiastes 3:1, and here's what the verse looks like. Next up, we have Romans 12:15. That's another one I'm really loving. And this one actually has a little story to it. This one I found a while back, and at the time I was like, this verse kind of just hit me hard, and I knew it, and like it was speaking to me, and I knew I was like, this is something I need to read, and like I read it, and I sent it to one of my friends, and like it helped me and it helped her, and one of my close friends that I've known for almost a couple years now, I sent her this verse because she just went through a loss with one of her family members, and I sent it to her, and oh my goodness, she talked to me a couple days later, and she goes, Cynthia, that helped me loads. I want to thank you for it. And I go, really? She goes, it really meant a lot to me that you did that. And I was like, thank you. But the next verse I'm talking about is a verse I found, and I found it, and I was like, this is a really good verse. And a couple weeks ago in church, my pastor actually talked about this verse, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is a verse I found. It's like, but the next one is Psalms 119:05. I talked about this in a favorites video a while back, so here's that one. Next one I'm going to be talking about is 2 Timothy 2:22, and this one kind of hit me. I found it in my devotional, and I was like, that's a good one. I really like that one. And I was like, this is a verse I want to like write down. And I have a bunch of Post-it notes around here, just verses that I look up at every day. And I was like, that's a good one. I'm going to write it up there. And right now where I'm sitting, I can see it. It's right there. But yeah. Next up, I have a verse I found 2 weeks ago, and it is John 10:4, and I'm actually going to read this one to you. When he is brought out all on his own, he goes before them, and the sheep will follow him, for they know his voice. And like, this verse, I was like, I literally was like, this is perfect. I love it. So I was like, this is one I just love so much. Next up is Proverbs 4:23, and I found because I was like, I need kind of a refresh, and it says, keep your heart with full vibrance, for from it flows the spring of life. And I love that one so much. And then this one I just found Thursday, and I haven't really sent it to anybody. I found it, and it just called to me like perfect, and it's just amazing, and I love it. And it says, then the Lord said to me, you have seen well, for I am watching over you, my word to perform it. And I love this verse because I love how it's like watching over my word to perform it. And I really hope you guys enjoy this video. If you want to read any of these verses, they will be in the description, and I'm actually going to have them typed out and stuff, but they also will be playing while the verses, because some of them I didn't read, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will be doing this monthly now, because I decided, why not? So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye guys.